was at this very spot in December 1983 that Leeds City Council dedicated a garden of remembrance to one Nelson Mandela. At that point he was a civil rights activist who'd been jailed by his government for standing up against the racist laws of South Africa.
He was to stay behind bars until 1990 when apartheid crumbled. The man who had come to symbolise the people's struggle for freedom and equality was released.
Since then, of course, his long walk to freedom has taken him virtually around the world.
And on a grey day in April 2001, his journey brought him here to see for himself the new gardens that still bear his name. This is the story of a great day for Leeds and a great day for the people who shared Mandela's magic.
Monday the 30th of April, Leeds woke to the news Nelson Mandela was on his way. You came early. You came in your thousands.
Just fantastic, to see one of the greatest men of the century as far as I'm concerned, and especially for black people. I think he's just such a
inspiration to us all.
That's the word.
Yes, great inspiration to us all. And we are very privileged that he has graced the city of Leeds, and we hope that by his coming here, it will help to enhance everything for everyone in our favour, both to black and white, that he represents unity.
It's great for the city of Leeds having somebody as special as Nelson Mandela, knowing what he's done, knowing what he's been through, to come to Leeds and just to experience our culture and what we're doing in Leeds. It's nice. It should be nice for him as well. All these people turned out to see Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela is a hero. He's a hero for all people all around the world who are fighting the apartheid. And therefore we came here to see Nelson Mandela because he's most prominent figure we admire.
Well, I think it's one of the great heroes of my generation, and I think it's fantastic he's getting the freedom of the city of Leeds. So I want to see it happen.
8 miles away to the northwest of the city, the man they had come to see was landing at Leeds Bradford Airport. It would be his first and perhaps will be his only visit to northern England. His hesitant steps betraying the age of this elder statesman. But the trademark smile was just as broad as ever.
And then he was off for the serious business of the day. Leeds was preparing to bestow on him its highest honour, the freedom of the city.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to honour a man who is without doubt the most respected, revered individual across all nations, across all races, across all religions and traditions. Nelson Mandela wrote to a friend some years ago, "I have spent all my life dreaming of a golden age in which all problems will be solved and our wildest hopes fulfilled. I think all people of goodwill would wish to share that dream." But in his magnificent Rivonia trial speech, the one that preceded 27 years incarceration, he said, "I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony. It is a harmony which I hope to live for and achieve. But if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die." It's now my privilege to ask Councillor Brian Walker to propose the motion that Dr. Mandela be admitted to be an honorary freeman.
Guests, friends, it's my very great pleasure to welcome you to Leeds on this historic occasion. We're assembled to pay tribute to the man who today is universally acknowledged the world's greatest living statesman. And we're here in this formal meeting of Leeds City Council to bestow on you, Dr. Mandela, the greatest honour that is within our gift, the freedom of the city of Leeds. Freedom, Dr. Mandela, is a word that has come very much to symbolise your life. It calls to mind the fact that for the greater part of your time on earth, you have not been free. Firstly, you have lived with and fought against repression and inequality in your country. Then came 27 long years of imprisonment for your cause. You have shown the world that true freedom is not a matter for compromise, refusing more than once offers of freedom with strings and liberation for yourself, but not for your people. Your resolve that this was not good enough eventually brought your country to democracy. I hope that in those dark years you found some comfort in the knowledge that while you were vilified by the apartheid regime in South Africa, worldwide there were people speaking out on your behalf, and Leeds was one of them. You are here to become an honorary freeman of our city. There is no higher honour within our gift, and we do this out of admiration and very great affection. Members of Council, I now move that Dr. Nelson Mandela be admitted to be an honorary freeman of the City of Leeds in recognition and high appreciation of the long struggle against racism and apartheid and the quest for peace in South Africa. Thank you.
Members, all those in favour, show. The formality insists that I take any votes against. Not surprising. I therefore have the greatest pleasure in declaring that resolution as being passed. And I now have to formally say, Dr. Nelson Mandela, I formally invite you to declare your acceptance of the role of Honorary Freeman of the City of Leeds. Dr. Mandela.
My Lord Mayor, I formally declare my acceptance of the role of Honorary Freeman of the City of Leeds and undertake to do all in my power to uphold the rights and dignity of the City of Leeds. Ladies and gentlemen, I must say I have a disadvantage because for some time now I have been haunted by 3 misfortunes. Firstly, I'm a pensioner. Secondly, I'm unemployed. And thirdly, I have a criminal record. If therefore I don't have the courage and the self-confidence which you would expect, you would know the reason. I come from a country where political figures do not rank as the most important leaders in the minds of the people. That distinction goes to the sporting heroes in the various codes that our people follow so enthusiastically and fervently. The captains of our national sporting teams are much more recognizable and popular than any of us politicians. You will understand why I approach this event with such reserve and trepidation. Present here is a certain Lucas Radebe, who is one of those sporting icons that South Africans happen to share with the people of Leeds. I am therefore quite humbled in my turn to come and share his adopted city with him. I trust, though, that in the decision-making process leading up to such an award, the consent of Lucas would have been sought for awarding the freedom of his city to a retired, unemployed old pensioner. It is a great honor to be here and to be so received by leaders and people of this great city. I accept the honor on behalf of all the people of South Africa. You honor me for achievements that are not those of an individual. Nothing that I have done meriting recognition would have been possible without the collective efforts of colleagues and comrades. The guiding framework of my organization, or the support of my compatriots from all backgrounds. And we South Africans would not have been able to achieve our freedom to establish our non-racial democracy if it had not been for the immense support we received from the international community in our fight against apartheid. One of the distinguishing features of our liberation struggle was the almost universal support it received from virtually all political persuasions across the world. Apartheid was seen and experienced to demean the dignity of all humankind, and from all over, people rose to lend their support, morally and materially, to our cause. The city and people of Leeds were no exceptions. We remember them very particularly for their sterling and unstinting support. This award serves to further cement that bond that we forged in struggle and now seek to build upon in this period of reconstruction and development.
Dr. Mandela went on to pay tribute to the economic stability achieved in South Africa today, but he said his country still faced problems.
We therefore look to our friends and supporters here in Leeds as well to promote our cause for investment and trade. We are a beautiful tourist destination, offering so much variety in one country, both environmentally and socially. Come and see our country as tourists. Come and invest with us. Come and celebrate South Africa with us in mutual partnership. Thank you once more for receiving us. Thank you for honoring us with the freedom of your great city. May the friendship between Leeds and South Africa grow from strength to strength, and may our captain in the not too distant future lead you to the league championship. these remarks by telling a story which I have told before, and those of my staff who are here must put a cotton wool in their ears. Shortly after I had become president, I phoned a distant place in my country, and a lady answered the telephone. And I said, to whom am I speaking? She said, you are speaking to me. I said, lady, I know I'm speaking to you, but what's your name? She said, who are you to ask for my name? And I said, well, as soon as you tell me your name, I'll tell you mine. So as we were arguing as to who should tell the other his or her name, she lost her cool. She said, you appear to be a very backward person. Have you passed your matric? Now matric in South Africa is the entrance to university. So I said, well, lady, you must be very careful, because if the qualification to speak to you is the possession of a matric certificate, I might work hard and pass my matric and be in the same class as you are. That was too much for her. She said, you would never be in my class, and banged the telephone. How I wish she were here today.
Formal business done, Dr. Mandela took time to reflect upon his place in the history of Leeds. His name up there alongside that of 4 prime ministers, including Sir Winston Churchill.
The lengthy ceremony was taking its toll on the schedule. Down below in Millennium Square, the patient crowd waited, entertained by the other famous South African in the city, the Leeds United captain Lucas Radebe. He talked to television presenter Jon Snow about Mandela.
When you were born, he was still in jail, right?
Yes.
How did you first hear about him? Can you remember?
Can't remember clearly, but I think when I was born, I didn't know much about him. But we always hear his name being chanted everywhere. So we grew up not knowing the man, but knowing his name.
Because nobody had ever seen him. I mean, from the moment that he went into jail in 1964, the last thought we saw was a sort of burly, big sort of lawyer chap, and we never saw any more of him. We didn't know what he looked like.
No, we didn't know at all. You know, when the people, everybody spoke about Nelson Mandela, we thought maybe he don't exist. We didn't even know, we didn't have pictures, but the pictures that we saw later when we got older was the pictures when he was young. But until when apartheid was gone, and then we can see him, and you know, we were all grateful.
Let's just look at the other side of the equation. I mean, God, what on earth is it like to be a South African footballer in the middle of Leeds?
It's great, man. This is.
What are they like?
They're fantastic.
Are they good supporters?
Oh, great supporters. Yeah, I think they've contributed a lot to make sure that we are where we are today.
And where we are today is 3 or 4 in the Premier Division?
We're third at the moment, so hopefully with their support, we'll manage to bring something to the club, and we can all celebrate.
And what about next season?
I think next season will be
Number
much better.
one.
Number 1, I think that's where we're going for.
Number 1. Good. Okay.
The rain held off as Dr. Mandela toured the new garden that bears his name. It gave some people their first glimpse of the man they'd come to see. He unveiled a plaque rededicating the site. He shared some personal thoughts with Look North.
Well, as I say, it is a landmark, and I'm very happy indeed to have been here. And not only to have got the freedom of the city, but to have seen the garden. Thank you.
Enjoy your trip.
trick.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh.
Now it was time for some fun. He was 35 minutes late on stage, but the crowd didn't mind. Many had waited a lifetime to see the man they called their hero.
It is an exciting moment for me when I see a blade of grass or the leaf of a tree, when I listen to birds chirping and to running water in a stream. And for me to see this garden reminds me of my childhood and the happy days associated with childhood. That is one thing that makes me to be in peace with myself, to be in peace with the entire world, and to be in peace with the people of Leeds. I thank you very much.
More than a hero, he's somebody who kept the people together, who gave us strength, and he's also there for the future, for people, for our children to look up to.
He's a man that's a legend of our time. I mean, I could not be here today. It's just unbelievable, and the atmosphere is wonderful as well.
He's an archetype of somebody who heals the wound, and he's healing. South Africa's wound is replicated elsewhere. So, for example, if we talk of racism here, and we're talking about healing the wounds here as well. So he's coming here to Leeds for me. It's about us discovering a new form of the future. Yeah.
Some of them hadn't even been born when he was released from jail, but all the school children who sang for Mandela knew that this was a very special day.
It was a great privilege. I really, really enjoyed it.
And why was it so special for you?
It was so special because he's the one man who I've known all my life that I've thought of a great hero.
And you gave him a cuddle?
Yeah. Very, very exciting.
Why?
Because he's a great hero.
And why is he a hero?
Because he fought for the rights of his people.
I thought it was a great moment, and when we was all standing there, we were wondering where is he, because it was quite late.
It was. Not nice to keep you waiting.
No, but I think it was worth the wait to see him, because he is a great hero to many people.
The show was beamed live around the city and enjoyed by everyone who saw it.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, why?
He stands for a lot. Yeah.
For freedom, for not just for black people, for white people, for everybody.
I remember I was very young, and I remember asking a relative, would he ever be free? Would I ever live to see the day for him to be freed? And it's come.
To think that was an elderly man, he's older than I am, and he's endured all that. And there he stands in Leeds. I'm going to get emotional.
I have been taken.
And for those who couldn't make it into the city, well, what better place than the centre named in his honour in Chapeltown?
Very good, very good. I feel very proud to see Nelson Mandela there.
Excellent. I could see the peace in his face. We need more men like those in the world to have a better place to live in.
I always heard about him, but first time I ever seen him, you know. And then the punishment that he get, you know what I mean? They could, all the young days.
But they still show that love.
You know.
And they show that peace with him.
And with that, he was gone, taking with him the love and admiration felt by all who'd come to see him on this historic day for the city of Leeds. The legacy of Nelson Mandela will live forever in a Leeds garden and around the world.